Working on a new song. It's based on Psalm 23. It hasn't got a name yet, although I'm calling it Psalm 23. It's been a torrid old time. You know, sometimes I say this in the live sanctuary events. You know, sometimes we lift our hands in praise, and sometimes we lift our hands in worship, and sometimes we cry out, Lord, what is going on? Psalm 23 is one of those, isn't it? The Lord is my shepherd. Even though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death. That's pretty full on. Anyway, just wanted to give you a bit of an insight into the creative process. Just starting to pull some words together. So I just thought I'd give you a little bit of a preview. Do you see what I see when I walk through the valley of the shadow of death? Do you see what I see when I walk through the valley of the shadow of death? Do you see what I see when I walk through the valley of the shadow of death? Do you see what I see when I walk through the valley of the shadow of death? The Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want. Through the valley of the shadow of death. Do you see what I see when I walk through the valley of the shadow of death? Do you see what I see when I walk through the valley of the shadow of death? Do you see what I see when I walk through the valley of the shadow of death? Do you see what I see when I walk? Do you see what I see when I see when I walk? Do you see what I see when I see when I walk? Do you see what I see when I see when I walk? Do you see what I see when I see when I walk? The Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want. Abandoned on this lonely path, don't stumble, don't trip and fall. I raise my hands in the air. Oh Lord, are you there? Are you there? Are you there? Do you see what I see when I'm walking through the valley of the shadow of death? Do you see what I see when I'm walking through the shadow of the valley of death? Thank you so much, Alex from Sanctuary. Look forward to sharing this song as it progresses. We've got some gigs coming up soon, and I'm hoping that some of these new tunes start to filter into the live set as well. This song is just in its infancy. It's really tempting just creatively to try and squeeze all of the words of the psalm straight out of scripture and straight into the song, and it just doesn't always work. In fact, it doesn't often work, I don't think, very well, not the way that I write anyway. So what I'm trying to do is to pull the essence of the psalm out, and in that sense, what I'm thinking of doing with the verses anyway is to start with the first 3 or 4 lines of the psalm, because the psalm itself isn't very long. So the Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want. is the beginning of the first verse, and the second verse will probably begin with the second or perhaps even the third line of the psalm, and then the flesh of the verse tell the story. And in this case, we're still in some lament, and this is the challenge, isn't it? When life is difficult, when things aren't going well, for me anyway, that's when things get creative, and the Lord shows me all sorts of ways of expressing pain and discomfort, and sometimes it's praise, and as I said, sometimes it's just a pure cry out in pain. Lord, what is going on? Why is it? Why does it have to be this way? Why is it this way? And trying to live through that faithfully, and to see where God is. And someone asked me, just the other day, where is God in all this? Is God there? Has God abandoned you? It's a hard one to answer. I want to say that He's with me, but I know that when we are having dark times, I can only think that this is the hardest time to be faithful and to put all my trust and put all our trust in Him. And yet I know that that's exactly what I'm being called to do. So I'd love you to just pray for each other that He would guide us and give us courage and the discernment to make good choices, to know when to listen and when to speak, to know when to listen and when not to speak. And I do pray that, creatively, that perhaps songs of lament and of challenge and of love and of worship and of praise and of just pure crying out in fear and anxiety, I pray that would bless you where you're at, and perhaps give you some comfort and some solace. But I'd encourage you to read Psalm 23. It really is an incredible piece of scripture. Even though I walk in the valley of the shadow of death, I fear no evil. Why fear no evil? Because God is with us. God is with me. God is with you. And I think the best piece of advice that my pastor gave to me was, when you're in the valley, don't stop. Don't stop there. That's not the time to lose your trust. It's not the time to lose your faith. You don't want to stay in the valley. You want to keep trusting and keep following the Lord and follow Him out the other side, back into the light. I pray that's where we're headed. In the meantime, I'm going to keep sharing it with song. And wouldn't it be lovely? One day I'll be sharing a happy clappy tune with you. But for the time being, I'll leave that to the happy clappies, and I'll keep churning out some of these laments. Thank you so much for being with us and supporting the Sanctuary Project as a ministry. Really just starts off, and I pray that God would use us in whatever way He wishes and chooses, that hopefully we can start to bring many to Christ. That'd be amazing, wouldn't it? Anyway, thank you for watching. God bless you, and bye for now.